How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and today we're going to be talking about GME, GameStop, and we're going to be talking about AMC theaters. As you know, today in the market was not the greatest. We were down in all the major indexes, but at the same time, I do believe that AMC and GME did fairly well considering the circumstances. Of course, the volume wasn't the same either, but like I normally do in my videos, I'm going to talk to you guys, show you the technical analysis, show you the price action, show you the breakdown, especially if you're thinking about actually getting into this play coming for tomorrow. But like I normally say, these plays come with a lot of volatility. And also, if you are buying and you're holding shares, like I do hold some shares as well, congrats. It's great to have you in the movement. And I hope right now you're making some money. And if you're not, then I highly suggest you watch the technical analysis. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to be jumping into the technical analysis for GME GameStop, which ended up being down 1.84% on the day. But there's certain things that we need to take a look at. Not only was the market down, but we also got to be impressed with the fact that GME did a really good job holding on to its gains, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys what it's looking like from yesterday, and then we're going to take in what's going to have been happening today. So we saw from yesterday, we had a support level here of around 103. We talked about how important it was for GME to be in those triple digits, to be in that $100 area. If we take a look at now today, the lowest it got to was around 112. So that means we got an improvement in regards to overall support. And this is still very bullish. So this means it's far from over. I'm going to repeat that. It is far from over, especially since we improved in regards to where our support levels are. I really want to emphasize that point. So as you can see here, we end up ripping, coming out with a ton of momentum and reaching up $132. Yes, we've been there before. We were there yesterday at 133. But this is still an impressive move. Anyone, and I say anyone who has been listening to me, you would have definitely made some money today. We also see how well GME did staying above that 21-day EMA. Did a very, very good job, especially in the first early parts of the day. But it ended up breaking the trend a little bit, but that's fine. It ended up bouncing, as you can see here, right off the SMA 50-day, and then bam, right back, and we have some consolidation going on here on the EMA 21. So as we make another move up to $133, I actually thought this was pretty good. We tested this area. We realized this is a resistance area, and considering that it was a down market, this looks really good. Because even if we come down to here, it shows right here around $128 that we have some support in these particular areas. And then we have this resistance at 133. So as we go on towards the end of the day, take a look at this at 110. We have a strong sell-off. So we go from 130 all the way down into the close, right? In this area of about 118, which is still not bad. Still pretty good if you ask me, in my opinion, because if we take a look here, it's right around where we were in regards to the pre-market, right? That was literally right by the pre-market high. Now being in the after hours, we're still holding down that 118 area. So I'm going to say this right now. GME definitely needs to hold down that being above 110. And that's a price right over here, you see, $110. That's all I'm asking. And as long as it does this, it's still going to remain bullish. If it breaks 110, we already know then there's a possibility if we extend the chart back out, it could test back to around 105 and then $100. But again, I'm still bullish on GME, and just for the fact that, hey, we had a down day, but it did a great job maintaining its gains, even though it was down on the day. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens, whether we get a gap up or a gap down. If we end up gapping up, I could definitely see I could definitely see us literally around the 120 area on that gap up. 120 would be an area to look for on a gap up. Also around here, as you can see, at around 122, and then easily to get to 125, and we could definitely end up revisiting 133 again tomorrow. And even further, right? That's just for now. And I already gave you guys the scenarios in case we do get a gap down. So for anyone who's been doing fairly well, who've been buying, they've been holding, or they've been swinging, I'm hoping you guys are finding these videos and you're getting a lot of value from it, because again, it's really, really crucial for you to understand this so you can get in on the right plays and not make the wrong decisions, all right? Even if we take a look here, I wanted to show you guys very quickly. Look at this 114 area. Like I said, 110, that 114 area is something to pay attention to, because as you can see, it was a strong support here in the after hours so far. And again, towards near the end of the day, around 340, it came close, but it bounced right off of that. So that's why I said it's very important for GME to be above 110. As far as what's going on here, yes, it kind of trended below the 21-day EMA as the day started progressing. But look at it right now in after hours. It's starting to get back on that trend, and I'm definitely looking forward to go to the upside. Hope you guys... All right, so we're going to jump into doing a technical analysis on AMC. It was an interesting day today. It ended up being down 2.72%, but keep in mind the market was down, and we also, just like GME, did not have the same amount of volume. And a lot of that, and I bet my bottom dollar on it, that it had a lot to do with what was going on with other stocks, aka RKT. A lot of traders, that stock got a lot of attention. But anyways, let's keep the focus on AMC here. So as you can see, what ends up happening, and we were talking about this yesterday as well, which I find very interesting. We ended up having a gap down, right? And you know what? I wasn't shocked about that. I talked about that, but the good thing is AMC is still staying above in that, still staying in that mid to high 80 range, and that's exactly where that mid to high $8 range, and that's exactly where we want it to be. All right. So as you can see right here, the pre-market low that we had today was around $8.96, and I was happy to see that, because then that showed that, hey, this $9 area is becoming very, very familiar, and it's becoming a solid support area. So as we move forward here into the pre-market, we could see some strong support right here at $9.15. There were many occasions where it tested it, broke through a little bit, but not for too long, because it did recover very quickly. And then as you can see, we have a strong sell-off here right in the beginning of the day, as you can see right here at 9.31, and we have a price where it literally broke $9 and getting down to $8.90. This was a great opportunity, because if you take a look at the RSI down here as well, it's literally, around 27.28. It made a strong move to $9.40. That's pretty good. And that was literally ended up being the resistance, because that was the high of the day. It never could get past this particular area. But as it came down, let me just show you guys now. Let's expand out the chart. As it started coming down, started building up some consolidation here. Sell off right here down at the bottom. We're at the $9 range. Another move back up to $9.20. Another sell off here. One of the things I like about this, support levels are raising, right? One support, 890. We see 897, forming another one at 905. And then we have another move here. So this is why I love doing these videos with you guys, because when you start seeing the support level starting to continue to be on an uptrend, then there's room for, you know what, you could start doing a swing trade, right? But we also got to take into consideration also the EMA, right? The 21-day EMA, what it's showing us is that when there's a bullish trend, it needs to be above this white line, as you can see. So it's kind of riding along it. It was breaking the trend quite a bit as well. But at the same time, it did provide showing that there's opportunities, because all things considered, when we have a support area or a support level, and using the indicators could also help us with getting a good entry. So as you can see here, it definitely was familiar with this area of $9.10 because you could have made numerous moves and so forth. But we end up having a sell-off here, getting down to a low here around $8.80, as you can see from the RSI over here. We're literally sitting at around, let's call that 30, right? It's close. That means that it's oversold. So even if you would have added here, you're doing a swing or you're doing a trade, you'll still be able to make a good profit here from $9.03 from a starting point of $8.79. We also got to take a look at this. Look at this here. We can see right here, we're seeing a lot of support in these areas of the 890, and it stayed on for quite a bit moving within the channel. But another thing that we got to take into consideration is what happened right here. Strong sell-off. Like, this was definitely a lot of stop losses were also triggered. As you could see, like many people, and I know for a fact, when you see this, stop losses being triggered, people exiting out their positions and so forth, and also the market just tanking overall in general. So when you combine all of this, and on top of that, you can see there's a little bit more volume than usual than it was for the rest of the day. This just accelerated. But the good thing about seeing something like this is seeing that, hey, at least at $8.51, it fueled enough buying pressure to make a strong run, as you can see here, up to $8.97. We have a little bit of a sell-off that goes here. Then we end up testing a low over here at around $8.72. And this is getting towards the end of the day at 3:22 p.m. And the thing to take into consideration with this is that we had a strong sell-off here at $8.51. And the fact that we have this support here at $8.70 is something to really keep into consideration, because as you can see, going into after hours, this seems to be looking like a strong support level around $8.75. So it would be very good and interesting that if AMC could stay above this $8.75 range, we could definitely see a gap up happening tomorrow. Also taking into consideration market environment, sentiment, volume, FOMO, and a lot of other hosts of things altogether. What's most important is that AMC is staying above 850. That's where I like it to be, because staying above 850 keeps that bullish trend going. As we can see, I'm going to expand out the chart here as well. We have a resistance area that's happening also in after hours around $8.93. And it's no surprise that this particular resistance area was also resistance area during regular trading hours, like I was showing you before when we were previously over here talking about those particular price action areas. So I definitely would see a strong move getting past that $8.95. Then we could definitely make that move going up into the $9 ranges and reclaiming those highs of the day. Looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. Whereas I really want to see AMC touch $10 this week. If we end up being bullish, everything in the market ends up looking great, I definitely could see that $10 happening. But yeah, that's my synopsis on that. I gave you guys the worst case scenario, the best case scenario. So good luck for tomorrow. And anyone who is buying and holding and so forth, hey, just make sure you're protecting your profits, because at the end of the day, the stock market is not meant for you to lose money. It's for you to make money. So for my final thoughts, I'm still bullish on both of these stocks. They did very, very well with everything all considered in regards to the market. And there's still some more room for upside. Anyone who's thinking about taking a long-term position, I'm going to say it again, stay on the sidelines. You do not want to be overpaying for this, all right? And also I want to emphasize, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. What you've been noticing with the trend with these stocks, I also want to kind of clear this up, is that we're seeing a lot of short squeezes happen. So keeping an eye on stocks that could be exposed or actually see these type of opportunities would be very advantageous for you. And what I spoke about in the RKT video, I'm hoping you guys really took that in, because anytime when you see unusual option activity, whenever you see the FOMO starts kicking in, when the price starts moving, and when you see a lot of high short interest, you end up getting big moves like these that we've seen in AMC, GME, RKT, even the Nokias, the Blackberries, and so forth. I'm definitely going to dedicate every day when I wake up in the morning to see potential things like this happen, and I'll try my best to get it to you guys before these things even actually happen, all right? I'll be talking to you guys soon. Peace.